Hi Aries, welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for January of 2020. This month it is all about the big pile of Capricorn, which is happening in your 10th house. And so we're going to be talking about career an awful lot for you today, Aries. But before we even get there, Julia has some things to say about the inner planet activity. What's going on with Mercury, Venus, and Mars, Julia?
And the sun. All right.
Mm.
So this month, actually, the planet Mars spends most of the month in the ninth house because it enters Sagittarius on January 3rd. And that's the house of higher learning and international travel, as well as any experience which is expansive. So wherever we have Mars is where we're usually putting our energy that month. So in the ninth house, that means you could be really eager to travel or just try something totally new. And this can be kind of a stir crazy transit in a way. And you might feel like sort of going out for an adventure instead of being stuck in some grind at work. Then next, I'm going to talk about the planet Venus. She begins the month in the 11th house of groups, and it's a really great time for sort of socializing with circles of friends, inviting them over to the house or going out to have fun with them. And if you're single, then I find that this transit can be a really good time for online dating, because the 11th house rules networks of all kinds. Then on January 13th, Venus enters the 12th house, which is a very secluded place. So you may feel like kind of retreating into your own personal world instead of going out to socialize especially after having spent some time in the 11th house before. And if you are in a relationship, then when Venus is in your 12th, you may spend this time kind of finding ways to help out your partner in some way, since the 12th house is such a selfless place, and it's also a very, very compassionate place. Now, the next planet I want to talk about is Mercury. And Mercury begins this month in your 10th house of work, which means that your mind is really going to be focused on career matters. And if you do any work which involves either buying and selling, or teaching, or writing, or public speaking, then this could be a great transit for finding your groove in these things, because those are the types of things that Mercury rules. And then when Mercury moves into your 11th house of groups on January 16th, you're going to be doing your best thinking with your friends or with any groups that you're a part of. So if you got some ideas, run them by your girlfriends or your guy friends, and that can help you really get the most out of your thinking. And then the sun begins in your 10th house this month, which means that your main focus, because wherever we have the sun is where we shine the spotlight of conscious intention. So that main focus is going to be on your career goals. And then when the sun enters the 11th house on January 20th, you're going to draw your attention much more to long-range goals in life too. And what else is going on this month, Jamie?
I'm just so captivated by that massive pile of Capricorn planets. Some of them are moving so slowly that they're going to be there all month. And how nice it is that by the end of the month, the Sun and Mercury have moved out of Capricorn and into this 11th house arena, bringing, I think, a quality of lightness at the end of the month that I think is going to be really nice. Couple of things that I want to talk about. One is I want to note that January 10th is a pretty big day because there are several things that all happen on that day. One of them is something that we around here like to call Greater Epiphany Day, which is when the Sun and Mercury form a conjunction. So Mercury is direct and fast, comes conjunct to the Sun, and it's a great day for beginning projects. It's a great day for projects to move ahead at speed. It's a great day for mental clarity. Also on that day, Uranus turns direct. You can see this little tiny little red S here means that Uranus has stationed. And in the following days to come, that little S turns black and disappears because Uranus is moving forward now. Uranus being the planet of genius, I think that's super helpful. Now, there are a couple of lunations to know about. One of them is the full moon and lunar eclipse in 20 degrees of Cancer, and that's also on January 10th. So this is why January 10th is such a big deal. So we have the sun here in Capricorn up in your house of career, Aries, and opposite to the moon in Cancer in her own 4th house. So there's a super strong polarizing effect here of the pull of hard work and ambition, the pull of going out into the world and being strong and armored and tough, versus the tug of the inner worlds, the tug of home life, the need for relaxation and for bonding and connecting with those that you live with and those that you care about the most, family. So that tug is going to be particularly strong during this particular full moon, which is also an eclipse. And so we have a video about that. You'll find it in the January news, 2020 news videos on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology. And I definitely recommend that you check it out because eclipses are super special new moons that only happen about every 6 months. They tend to stir up a lot, and this one should do that because it's a lunar eclipse. So it should stir up a lot of emotion, and being prepared for that would be good. But needless to say, since that one is happening for you in your 4th house and across the axis of 4th and 10th houses, it's going to have something to do with career and home life. Armored versus armored, this is my armored hand, versus soft. Now, then the other lunation that's coming is the new moon in Aquarius, and that's coming on January 24th. And that is falling right here in your 11th house of friends and communities, of tribe, also of ideals and ideologies, greater thought structures like paradigms. And a new moon, of course, is a time of new beginnings. I like to think of it as a time of planting seeds. So this is about planting seeds that are ideas. This is about getting yourself into groups where you can brainstorm and grow those ideas into something much, much bigger. So the new moon will be a really great time for that sort of stuff. If any of the stuff that I have been saying or that Julia has said makes you think that you might want a reading, I would recommend the mission orders reading that we offer, which talks all about career and lets you know, lets you decide really whether you're on the right career path and what you might do to head in the right direction for yourself, and can talk about the timing of when you can make a really good move. So that would be, this is a really good month for you to do that because of the big pile in the 10th house, that career house, and things will be moving on from that house eventually. So strike while the iron is hot. Let's see, is there anything else? Julia, any other thoughts you want to share?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we are good. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We love it when you come and watch us make these little horoscopes for you, which we also love doing. And you'll find them on our website, pandoraastrology.com/horoscope. That's where you'll find our horoscopes always. And be sure, if this is the horoscope for your rising sign, be sure to go back and check the one for your sun sign too. And we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.